All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something wild, the invisible scripts that run our lives. You know, all those unwritten rules we follow without even knowing we learned them. And to do that, we're going to use a really cool concept from the philosopher Slavoj Žižek.
I mean, really think about it for a second. How do you know where to stand in an elevator? Or how much small talk is the right amount with a cashier? Our lives are just packed with these kinds of rules. Rules we follow on complete autopilot, even though nobody ever sat us down and taught them to us.
So, to really get our heads around this idea, let's start somewhere we've all been, and where things are always, kind of awkward, a public restroom.
Now, if you think about it, what really controls how we act in there? The official rules, the signs on the wall, that's maybe 5% of the equation. The vast majority, like 95% of it, is all governed by something else entirely. It's an unspoken code. And here's exactly what I'm talking about. On one hand, you've got the official rules, flush, wash your hands, whatever. We know those. But the real rules, the ones that actually matter, avoid all eye contact. If you can, always leave a buffer urinal. And just generally pretend no one else is even there. It's this code we all just know, right? And we follow it religiously to make a weird situation just a little less weird. And this isn't just a bunch of random habits. No way. It's actually a highly coordinated performance. It's like a silent play that we all know the script to, a shared ritual we all agree to, just to get through a slightly vulnerable moment without any extra discomfort. So this leads to the big question, doesn't it? The real mystery here. If nobody ever handed us a rule book, why does basically everyone from all over the world know their part perfectly? Where does this incredibly powerful, invisible script come from? Well, it turns out there is a name for this invisible rulebook, and the philosopher Slavoj Žižek, he has a specific and honestly a really great term for this exact thing. He calls it the pasted text. And that's such a great image, isn't it? Think of it like this. Our physical reality is the page in a book. The pasted text is this invisible layer of rules and meanings that's been pasted right on top of it. We don't notice the text itself, we just automatically follow what it says. So this isn't some formal set of laws. Žižek puts it perfectly here. He calls it the thick texture of our social world. It's all the stuff that feels so natural, so spontaneous, that we don't even realize it's a structure. It's just the air we breathe when we're around other people.
Okay, so you might be thinking, sure, restrooms are weird, I get it, but this idea goes way beyond just awkward situations. Let's look at another super common example of this pasted text in action.
Oh man, we have all been here. Your boss tells a joke at a meeting, and it is just terrible. Dead silence. And then you hear it. That polite, kind of forced laughter starts to fill the room, and you join in. So why? Why do we do that? See, the key here is that your laughter has almost nothing to do with the joke being funny. The joke is totally irrelevant. What you're doing is participating in a social ritual. Your laugh is a signal. It says, I respect the social hierarchy here. And it saves everyone from the cringy awkwardness of a joke that bombs. It keeps the peace. And this is where it gets really big, because these tiny little everyday rituals, the restroom dance, the fake laugh, they connect directly to one of the biggest and most misunderstood ideas in all of philosophy. This is where it gets really deep. For Žižek, this is what ideology really is. It's not about big political speeches or believing in some grand system. No, the most powerful and effective ideology is found in these tiny, automatic habits, the things we do without even thinking about them. And here's how it works. It's like a simple, almost invisible process. First, you perform an everyday ritual, like that fake laugh. Second, that ritual serves a social function, like keeping the harmony. But third, that little action quietly reinforces the entire social order, the unspoken belief that, yep, hierarchies should be respected. And this, right here, is maybe the most important takeaway of all. Real effective ideology doesn't feel like something being forced on you. It feels like your own natural, spontaneous, common sense behavior. It's what you do when you're on autopilot. Okay, so what? Why does any of this matter? Why is understanding this pasted text concept actually useful? Well, because once you get it, it's like putting on a new pair of glasses. You start to see the world and your own actions in a totally new light.
The bottom line is this. Our world runs on these invisible rules. This pasted text is steering our actions all day, every day. And those tiny little actions we take, they're actually holding up huge social and power structures. The real ideology isn't a belief. It's just our spontaneous habits. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Right now, even as you're watching this, the way you're sitting, the assumptions you're making, what invisible script, what pasted text are you following? Because once you start looking for it, I promise you are going to see it absolutely everywhere.